Juno is one of Roman mythology's most important and venerated goddesses. The goddess dates to the dawn of Roman civilization and is closely tied to the city's foundation. Juno comes from pre-Roman deities such as Etruscan Uni, the goddess of fertility and marriage. Combined with Italic and Greek cultural elements, this helped shape the Roman Juno, a complex goddess who bore different aspects of female life and society. According to Roman mythology, Juno is the daughter of Saturn and Rhea, the gods of time, agriculture, motherhood, and fertility. This ancestry makes her stand out in the Roman Pantheon as the sister and wife of the supreme god Jupiter. With Greco-Roman syncretism, Juno gained recognition as the Roman version of the Greek goddess Hera, wife of Zeus. The Roman Pantheon gave Juno a leading rank as queen of the gods and goddesses, and she was the most important and revered female divinity. Her role in the hierarchy was equivalent to that of Jupiter, her husband and king of the gods, forming a divine couple who embodied power and cosmic order. The relationship between Juno and Jupiter was one of love, jealousy, strife, and reconciliation. This marital dynamic, depicted in several myths and legends, reflected the shades of marriage and human relationships, with their exhilarations, challenges, and passions. As Jupiter's wife, Juno protected marriage and marital fidelity, fiercely defending her rights and opposing her husband's infidelity. Juno had a fundamental part to play in the Capitoline triad, consisting of Jupiter, Juno, and Minerva. This triad stood for the main pillars of Roman society: the god of the sky and sovereign power, Jupiter, the goddess of marriage, motherhood, and the protection of the city, Juno, and the goddess of wisdom, the arts, and tactical warfare, Minerva. They together emanated Rome's order, prosperity, and strength, worshipped in temples and festivals throughout the city. As part of the Capitoline triad, Juno protected the city of Rome, ensuring its safety, well-being, and territorial development. She was called upon in times of war and peace and was regarded as the guardian of the city gates and the defender of the Roman people. Her presence was called forth at wedding ceremonies, births, and religious festivals, enhancing her role as the guardian deity of family, femininity, and civic life. Juno played a key role in women's lives in Roman society. Her influence stretched across all periods of women's lives, from childhood to maturity, molding social customs, values, and expectations concerning the role of women in families and communities. The goddess Juno presided over wedding ceremonies, blessing the bride and groom and assuring the marital union. Her epithet Juno Pronuba, she who guides the bride, stressed her role as mediator between the bride and groom and their families, guaranteeing a harmonious and prosperous marriage. Roman brides made offerings to Juno in her temples, seeking her protection and blessings for a happy and lasting married life. Juno Lucina, the one who brings light, was a site of the goddess related to fertility, childbirth, and the warding off of pregnant women. Roman women relied on Juno Lucina to bear healthy children and have a peaceful and safe delivery. The goddess was often depicted with a torch, a light symbol to guide the child into the world, and with a pomegranate, a fruit associated with fertility and abundance. Following childbirth, Roman women kept appealing to Juno for protection to ensure the health and well-being of their children. The goddess was viewed as the guardian of motherhood, charged with protecting mothers and their infants during the first years of life. Roman mothers and grandmothers made offerings to Juno in her temples, expressing gratitude for her blessings and pleading for their family's continued protection. Celebrated on March 1st, the Matronalia festival was consecrated to Juno Lucina and celebrated motherhood and the social role of Roman women. Women were given gifts by their husbands and family members during the festivities, took part in banquets and religious rituals, and had the opportunity to express their wishes and aspirations. The Matronalia was an occasion to acknowledge and celebrate the importance of women in Roman society, reinforcing Juno's influence as the keeper of femininity and the household. Juno was not only the goddess of women in the family, but also exercised a major role in Rome's political and military spheres. The legend goes that Juno was instrumental in the founding of Rome, helping her husband Jupiter decide where to build the city. She also protected the twin brothers Romulus and Remus, legendary founders of Rome, throughout their childhood and adolescence, ensuring that they achieved their destiny of establishing the Eternal City. Juno was honored as Rome's guardian, protecting its walls, gates, and citizens from external and internal threats. Her temple on the Capitoline Hill, the city's political and religious center, stood as a symbol of her authority and power. The Romans believed that Juno's protection was integral to the city's security and prosperity, and called upon her help in times of war and crisis. The expanding Roman Empire also benefited from Juno's protection and blessing. The goddess was summoned by Roman generals and soldiers before battles, asking for help to secure victory and the seizure of new territories. For instance, the conquest of Carthage was credited to Juno's intervention, who helped the Romans in their fight against the Carthaginians. Juno was likewise considered a symbol of the sovereign power and authority of the Roman state. Her epithet, Juno Regina, the Queen, showed her superior position as the main female deity in the Roman Pantheon and the wife of Jupiter, the king of the gods. This connection with sovereign power was echoed in Roman politics, where the figure of Juno was used to legitimize the authority of rulers and the expansion of the empire. Juno's connection with the Roman coin, Juno Moneta, was an additional site of the goddess. Housed in the temple of Juno Moneta on the Capitoline Hill, the mint was a symbol of the goddess's important role in Rome's financial stability and economic prosperity. Juno's image on Roman coins acted as political propaganda, spreading the message that the Roman state had divine protection and prosperity guaranteed by the goddess. Juno and the Roman counterpart of the Greek goddess Hera represent divine expressions of femininity in their cultures, with many similarities. Both sit at the top of the divine hierarchy as wives of the supreme gods Jupiter and Zeus, and are worshipped as guardians of Olympus and marriage, protecting the union between husband and wife. Their personalities also display a jealous and vindictive side, punishing their husbands' mistresses and illegitimate children. The peacock and the pomegranate, symbols of beauty, vanity, immortality, fertility, and abundance, are common features of both goddesses. Yet, despite their similarities, Juno and Hera also differ. Juno enjoys a more prominent role in Rome's politics and public life, protecting the city and the state, while Hera's influence on Greek politics is more restricted. The other difference lies in Juno's complexity, boasting a wider range of aspects and epithets, echoing her versatility as a goddess, while Hera was a more clear-cut personality, focused on her roles as wife and mother. Juno's impact on Roman culture extended beyond the religious domain, shaping the people's calendar and festivities. The month of June was dedicated to her. Although the June festivities have adopted Christian elements over time, they still bear remnants of the goddess's cult, such as the bonfire, a symbol of purification and renewal, and the celebrations surrounding weddings and the harvest. Nevertheless, following the rise of Christianity and the ensuing cultural changes, the cult of Juno waned. With its monotheistic vision and different values, the new religion gradually succeeded the old pagan practices. Juno, associated with femininity and sexuality, was reinterpreted and often demonized by Christians, helping to undermine her worship. Although the cult declined, Juno's legacy remains in Western culture. Her name reverberates in June, and her artistic representations still inspire and fascinate. In literature, Juno is often represented as a complex and powerful figure, whose passions and conflicts embody human nature. Her majestic image and symbolic attributes, such as the peacock and the pomegranate, are featured in paintings, sculptures, and mosaics, enduring her beauty and power.